So we got a little bit of Celsius, coconut water, a couple bananas. Get us started. I'm not one for pre, but been up for a few hours already, so I definitely could use it as soon as I finish. I play a little guitar, that's why I was able to do that with one hand. All right, so we're gonna start off with dynamic warm-up and, make sure our shoulders and everything is feeling good and healthy. Last time I didn't record it, this time I will. It's a little busy, but I'm recording in the studio room, not in like the functional area this time. What's good, everybody? Thanks again for tuning in. For those of you that have watched previous videos of mine, you know I'm always gonna start off with some type of dynamic warm-up. I like to get the muscles and joints as activated and as prepped as possible. Now, yes, there is a such thing as too much warming up. And what this means is maybe you should spend a couple days out of the week focusing more on mobility, just really taking the time to deal with any aches and issues you may have. This goes for myself as well. I'm talking to me. I'm not just talking to you guys, because there comes a point where you have to acknowledge the fact that the more you have to warm up before exercise because of joint safety or aches and pains, there's probably some underlying issues. And I know a lot of us guys hate to go get things checked out. And listen, I get it. I've been that way myself. So if you're not going to go have someone look at it, then take the time to do some work. Like, for example, today's a push day, right? So take the time to do some rotator cuff work a couple times a week. Do yourself the favor. And I realize that some of us may not have bands, so there's definitely alternatives to some of these things, but hopefully your gym has them. I recommend investing in them. Just, again, I've said it in other videos, and I'll continue to say it because I don't know who watches what. But, get you some bands. Get some bands. But as you can see here, these Cuban presses, I love adding this into my routine. It definitely gets the shoulders prepped and activated. Look, 5 pounds. 5 pounds, okay? I do not promote ego lifting at any point. Keep the waist as light as possible. And yes, even throwing some wrist warm-ups, exercises, activation before we get into the exercise. Roll them out a little bit. Let's get to it. Once again, I'm taking my time with this. Okay, so as you can see, I started with 40, went up to 50. I'm going to be going as high as 65 today. As I continue on in my journey to make sure that I have healthy shoulders, healthy everything, really, I deliberately keep the weights lighter, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And yes, there may have been a time in my life where shoulder press in 90s were possible. Right now, it's not. And yes, I may be able to physically do it, but the level of compromise that I would be putting my body under to perform that, where there's actually no real reward from it. I'm not an Olympic lifter. I don't get paid to do this yet. So things like that are really purposeless in my current fitness journey. So I'm definitely going to say this is especially for the guys. Lift in a range that makes sense for where you are and what you're doing. So like I said, my top set for this workout, 65. I did it for about 6, 8 reps. I actually forgot to count. I'm already past the point in editing where I'm gonna look back. I don't even care. But like always, I like to do a drop set. All right, get those extra reps in, really tear down those muscle fibers. And this makes up for the difference of not lifting as quote unquote heavy, right? The muscles are already tired. So that 45 pounds right there is feeling just like the 65s. Could barely get a few good reps out. Taking a nice little sippy sip of the coconut water for some electrolytes. Very good for hydration. You ain't always got to get you a Prime or something. No shade to the company. I drink Prime as well. I've had it. I don't drink it often, but get you some coconut water. As you can see, we jumping right into incline press. What I like to do is work from high to low on the push day, right? So shoulder press, incline, and after this, you'll see I'm doing flat bench press. Starting off nice and smooth with the 60s, jumping up to the 70s. Again, this is going to be one of those times where I do 4 sets and a drop set. I typically stick to 3 sets and a drop set. The reason why I did 4 sets and a drop set these last 2 exercises, because the weights felt good, the movement felt good. Ain't nothing wrong with the little, in between sets stretch. Open those muscles up. Sometimes we can't move the weight because it's just too much tension being built up in the muscle. Go ahead and do a little stretch, a little shimmy, and jump right back into that shit. 80s. Let's get it. One more. Just so y'all know, 80 was my top set for this. I did record me doing the 50 pounds, but I didn't add it in. I didn't want to take up too much unnecessary space. As you can see, for the drop set, I'm doing 55. My rule of thumb is if I'm doing a drop set, it has to be, if I'm using a dumbbell, it has to be 5 more pounds than the weight that I started with. So as you can see with the shoulder press, I started with 40 and my drop set was 45 pounds. This does not have to be your rule. Drop the weights even more to get more reps in. That is perfectly fine. If anything, that's what you should be doing. That's what I should be doing. And that's another reason why it's good to record, because you see things that you may need to work on that when you're in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking about so much. But the time afterwards, it's like, okay. As you can see now, flat bench press, like we said, 85 felt pretty good. I knew right when to stop. I don't drop weights, okay? We don't do that up in here. I don't have too much to say for the rest of the workouts, so I'm going to let some music play. Enjoy. Again, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I'm definitely got some more shit to say later down the road, so, skip through or whatever. Make sure you make your way to the end of the video, all right? Remember, this is a vlog, which is a video log, so not every vlog that I make is going to just be me in the gym the whole time. As I, begin to make more videos, I am going to start to show little bits and pieces of my life and other things that I'm into, other things that I do. I've already kind of gave a little preview in another one of the videos. Once I learn how to add that little clip shit in the thing where you could click on another video, then I'm gonna add that video to this one at the end so you can click on it and see which one I'm talking about and get a little sneak preview into something else that I do in life. instead of doing the drop set here, I'm just doing a few burnout reps of each, so lateral raise and front raise at the end. Yes, the move might be a little bit shortened, but that's perfectly fine. That is the whole point in these last few burnout reps. Again, this is where the growth happens.
Let's say that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. How to lie. Me, I don't have that part. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Wait for the pump. Look at that fucking pump. All right, again, so if you know me, you watch my videos, I always like to finish off with a little burnout, little finisher, whatever you want to call it. So this is supposed to be a burpee into push-up pyramid. So I got this from Mike Rashad, actually, quite a few years back. I think I even have some notes on it in one of my little notepads. Probably about 7 years ago. I don't do it much, but I was feeling like I needed just a little bit more. I prefer to do burnouts like this versus cardio. So he's supposed to do 1 to 10 and then back down to 1. I did not make it to 10, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm leaving it all in the video. As time progresses, hopefully I'll be able to do from 1 to 10, right back on down to 1. Just got done push day, chest, delts, and arms. As you can see from the last one, a little bit leaner. Your main 3 friends outside of the gym is gonna be nutrition, hydration, and rest/recovery. So as long as you're prioritizing those three things, the results you want to see will come. Just gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. I'm getting comfortable, showing a little bit more, show a little bit back too, doing back tomorrow. Did legs yesterday, didn't record it. Did we? I don't even know. I gotta check my footage, but yeah. All right. About to see what's for breakfast in a minute. All right, breakfast time. So we got turkey bacon, eggs, home fries. I didn't get to make my own today, so I went to the deli. Fruits as well. Don't leave out the fruits. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like to eat my food too hot. So I ain't gonna keep recording for long because I gotta sit here and blow my food and I ain't having y'all watch me do that. Thanks again for watching the workout. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, a lot more to come. Like, subscribe, y'all know the rest. Just a little bonus clip for those that have watched all the way to this point. Get to see a nigga doing laundry. And yes, I fold my shit before I leave the laundromat. I do not like to leave it unfolded. That's how your clothes end up being more wrinkled and shit. Nah, fold them. I'm talking to all y'all, I'm talking to everybody. Take the time, fold your clothes. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. And stay tuned. It's a lot more to come, you know. Nothing starts off being great right away. So thank y'all for the patience.